Hello, my budget friends, and welcome back to Books and Budgets. I'm Ruth, and I am doing my least viewed, but for me, most personally accountable video, which is my Monday metrics. And I am pretty much a train wreck this week, and it will be clear in my metrics, but I don't have a piece of paper filled out. I have one of my old ones, the one from last week sitting right here. So I will go by that. And let's just get started off. We have a 5-point metric that we are keeping track of. Number 1, planning. And I didn't even bring my planner over here because the most hilarious thing is after filming last week, I left my planner sitting right here and I kept forgetting to get it. I would be at school, pull it out, meaning to write something down or to check something that I'd written down, and it was still sitting here at home. So I haven't even done any kind of spread for October. I am definitely a fail on that this week. But hey, if anybody knows me, and you may not from just watching me on YouTube, but if anybody knows me, you will come to learn that one of my things is not consistency. I struggle with it all of the time, and I will go really well for a little while, and then things kind of fall apart. So planning kind of fell apart this week, and sort of everything did. I had a lot, I guess, going on. But reading, I did manage to finish the book Wayward that I was reading for my second book club and lead the discussion for that book. I meant to check how many pages it was, and I didn't do that before coming on camera, so I will put it up here on the screen. This is how many pages I read this week. After reading Wayward, I kind of put a hold on things. I know I picked up a couple of books and was thumbing through and reading random pages, but that's not kind of what I count. So let's look at what I am reading now. I believe I have said before multiple times that I am trying to read Atomic Habits, and I think the only thing that's going to work for me is for me to just read through it the first time. And if I want to take notes, if I want to journal about this book, I may need to buy it. I know so many people talk about it. Even one of my colleagues at school, she is developing a lesson that we will use for intervention with most of the school from the Atomic Habits book. So it's just kind of everywhere in my life right now. I can certainly see that I may end up buying this book. So, but I have about a week and a half left on my very last checkout at the library. I need to get off my duff and read this book. So, in addition to that, I also checked out another book when I checked in the books that I finished for book club. This one was recommended by one of the ladies in my book club, and she is kind of one of the last people that you might expect to read young adult sci-fi kind of fantasy. But she's reading it, and she cannot wait to read the sequels to this book. So on her recommendation, I checked this out because it sounded kind of like something that I wanted to read. Next week, I will bring with me the titles of the books that we are reading in both of our book clubs for this month. At least one of them is kind of more of an October or Halloween kind of read. Maybe both of them are. But as far as reading, I consider it a positive because I did finish a book and I read the whole thing since the last time I filmed Monday Metrics. And me reading a book in a week is actually very good. So we'll see how my progress on these goes, and I should give you actual page countdowns as I go. All right, the next thing was journaling and sleep. And I will have to say I've opened my journal once and wrote down a time that I was turning off my light. And that was it. Didn't open it again to write down when I woke up the next day. So while I might have seen a tiny, tiny, tiny little bit of a progress towards something, I'm not going to count that. So journaling and sleep. Sleep isn't bad, but it isn't great. That's my assessment without writing anything down. And I certainly don't think I am improving. But I got some news today that I may have to I may have to be doing some more radiation treatments. If so, my energy level may go down and I may need to really pay attention to my sleep. And finally, growing my YouTube channel. Well, I filmed 2 videos and then did not do any editing all week long, so that my Monday metrics for the week went out on Sunday after the Monday. So almost 6 days late. I will leave that one here if you want to go see that one. That one was a more successful one. But there were, I guess, the reading and the book clubs and the continuing saga of being a teacher in late September all kind of came together to where filming was not something I was getting to do. But hopefully with this video, I'm caught up for this week, and maybe I can get a Monday metrics out on actual Monday next week. That is the goal. But a mixed bag. Oh, I will tell you, even though it was very small, the metrics that I do, my subscribers went up by 1 or 2. I can't remember exactly where it was on Sunday when I usually track it. But that only made it either 117 or 118, so I did not get to color in any new plants. However, in my watch hours, I did get 20, I think I had 406 here. I got 421, so I got 15 more watch hours, and that allowed me to color in 2 leaves on the next one. This seems to almost be going so incredibly slowly. However, that's the way progress happens. And until I get it going this much, I can't get it going more. But I am hoping at some point to see kind of a compounding of interest. So, and I always show you I almost forgot. I always show you my analytics screen. Here is my analytics screen for this week. I had 73 views. And if you'll notice, you cannot see the little arrows that go up or down or the percentages. In the last 2 videos, my arrows have mostly been green and going up, or at least check marks staying the same. Well, the arrows, if they were present, would be going down this time. And the reason they're not present is because I did not pull this graphic, I did not capture this screen print on Sunday when I usually do. It allows me to go in and put in a custom date, and I can get the accurate figures. However, I can't get the percentages, but I did them myself. I had 73 views this week, which is down 67% from the 220 I had the week before, or the 232 the week before that. So it's down 67 to 70%. I told you it was a week where I didn't post anything. The week before I had 25.2 watch hours. This week I had 7.4, which is a decrease in 71%. And the week before I had 7 subs. This week I had 1, which is a decrease of 86%. All across the board, there was a decrease in my YouTube analytics. But I don't consider that discouraging because it makes sense to me. I didn't post, and therefore I shouldn't have things. But now I have posted 2 videos, and truthfully, it's Wednesday already. I've already seen an increase, and that is encouraging. So I'm not going to fuss about some understandably low numbers. We're going to have dips occasionally, and when they are understandable, when I know a reason why, I feel much more secure than when they dip when I don't know why. Doesn't that make sense? So those are my 5 points of metrics, and most of them aren't great. Sleep hasn't been bad, and reading, I did manage to get something read, so that's good. A friend of mine commented that maybe starting with 5 was too many, but I kind of feel like a lot of them are related, and they're just on my mind. So I'm going to leave it 5 for now. and see how we do this next week. Several of them I think I'm going to do better. Anyway, if you've listened this far, or if you check out these Monday metrics, thank you for watching. I know this is not necessarily everybody's interest. This is me seeing what I've been able to do and being able to go back and look at what I'm doing. And quite frankly, facing this camera every week and having to report on how I'm doing is motivating. So I'm going to keep it up. Watch if you like. I appreciate your being here. And my next video will be my budget with me for the month of October. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you soon.